So in the SOKE, I learned so much about who God is and what our authority is when we believe. We learned so much about prophesying, healing, but also just how God works through us and what His plan is through us.
Hi. One of the highlights during the SOKE for me was when we went to Amsterdam and we went into the tabernacle there, which is a prayer house, and we just had different times of intercession where God really gave me His heart for the people that we prayed for, and also just showed me what the power of intercession really is.
I would recommend anyone to do a SOKE. Why? Because it stimulates you in your hunger with God. It stimulates you into growing, to know His voice and to know who you are in Him. My favorite experience with a SOKE was when we went to Amsterdam and did intercession for the Jews. It was really cool because we learned to listen to God, we learned to listen to each other and to pray together.
Of SOKE. The highlights for the school was the fact that I get an opportunity to pray for nations in a very practical and realistic way.
We learn to live really sensitive for the Spirit. So especially on the street, that's amazing, because like if we're meeting people and we're really seeing the people through the eyes of Jesus and really hearing what He is saying over them, we can call the gold forward in them. So we can say things that already God is laying into them, and we can call it forward, and they will recognize that and they will think, whoa, how do you know that? And that opens their heart for Jesus, and that's amazing, because that you can really then connect from spirit to spirit, and that's amazing to do together with the Holy Spirit. Evangelism, and if you
So during the school, we also do a few times a week activation. So during the activation, we practice to prophesy, to speak in tongues, and we also go into heaven. So that was a new thing for me, that you can go into heaven and that you, in your spirit, you can see heaven in front of you. So for me, that was really special, because during that times, I had talks with Jesus, I really felt His love.
One of my highlights from this school was the focus on the prophetic. We really had an emphasis on speaking in tongues and prophesying over each other, and really just walking in the prophetic and learning how to be more effective in the prophetic. This school also really empowers you in how it focuses on worship and intercession, the prophetic, and evangelism.
So what you learn in the SOKE is more understanding of the supernatural, Annie.
In the SOKE school, in this 1 week where we talked about healing and deliverance, I found out that I was meant to be free and called to be free, but that I never had this before. I still believed all these lies about myself, how I was never good enough, how I was never creative enough or worthy enough even. And during this week, I really found out that God is calling me to be free. So people prayed over me and I prayed with them, and I actually got delivered from so many things. And after this prayer time, I felt so free. My mind was completely empty, but also completely full. Full with the Holy Spirit and full with good thoughts about myself and good thoughts about who Jesus actually is for me.